Hey everyone, Sirturmund here again, and today I'm bringing you a special 4-in-1 video. We are about 1 week and some change away from the season ending. So today's video is gonna focus on what I think are the 4 best decks to climb right now in rank ladder. And those 4 decks that we're gonna cover today are gonna be Ornn Trundle Timelines, Pirate Aggro, Seraphine Samira, and Tristana Teemo. All 4 of these decks, in my opinion, are really good in the current meta in Eternal. So if you're looking to make some last minute climb from gold to platinum, from platinum to diamond, or even to masters, then these are the 4 decks that I recommend for you to play over the next week in Eternal. So again, a 4-in-1 video. We're just gonna do 1 or 2 games of each deck. In the description, I'm gonna put multiple videos from other people and from myself showcasing these decks more in depth if you want to watch extra additional content. This is just kind of like to get you an idea of how the deck plays, just showing a game or 2, and then for you to pick it up from there to climb with. So yeah, let's jump ahead to the games. The first one we're going to start with is the best deck in Eternal right now, which is going to be Seraphine Samira. So the first of those 4 decks that I recommend to climb with is going to be Samira Seraphine, and this is literally the boogeyman of the Eternal ladder right now. If you have not been living under a rock, then you have definitely seen this deck, whether on ladder or in the Runeterra opens that happened over the past 2 weeks. It's the most popular deck in those tournaments for a good reason. This is literally the best deck in the game right now. So the idea with this deck, if you haven't seen it, is that you play Samira, Seraphine, and Plaza Guardians, and all the spells that you get to play with just having PNC and Noctis as your regions allow you to get your Plaza Guardian really discounted, and you can copy the Plaza Guardian multiple times with improvement. You can draw them with the linear charge, you can copy it with the blood for blood if you have the Seraphine on the field. It gets you multiple Plaza Guardians, and those Plaza Guardians have the quick attack as well as a sit stat line while costing 0, which makes them really difficult for opponent to be able to deal with them. So one way that you win for the most part is just kind of rushing, aggroing down your opponents with Plaza Guardians. The other way that you win is by literally just having Samira leveled up. The Seraphine duplicating the spells means that Samira can rally and level up really quickly. So you can get some crazy turns when you can level up Samira and just rally with her multiple times. This deck is the one that I recommend to climb with. It is a hard deck to play though. So if you're not used to playing this style of deck, just be careful with that. But anyways, let's jump ahead and show you how this deck works. Hope you enjoy the 2 games coming up soon, and then we'll move on to another deck after that. Enjoy the games. In this match, we're going against Trundle, which I'm guessing is going to be Timelines, right? So Timelines should be actually very good against us. Seraphine is interesting early in this matchup, because I do think we can level her up really quickly. I think we can actually level her up really quickly. I'm going to keep this whole hand. I'm going to greet this hand out. I probably should look for Sunspinner, to be honest, but I think opponent's going to be a little bit slower than me. Okay, and we got the Sunspinner anyways. So if we level up Seraphine in this matchup, I think we just win. The Disintegrate is good for Trundle. The Encore helps me level up the Seraphine. And the Sunspinner also does that, right? This is such a good draw because it can actually get rid of their equipment. So that's not bad. That's not bad whatsoever. We can just straight up just play Sunspinner next turn. Like we can literally just you should have just played Jury Rig this time, to be honest. We should have just played the Jury Rig this time so that we could just play, like, we could push an extra piece of damage and just be able to play Sunspinner next turn anyways. And I think I'm gonna just do it. I'm gonna just play the Jury Rig. I ended up missing out on 1 extra damage, but I think it's fine. This is so good because the opponent has equipment. Yeah, so let's go Jury Rig. Let's just start getting this discounted. Next time I'm gonna just go straight for the Sunspinner, and that's gonna get this already down to 5 and get my Seraphine very high up in the level up charge. So, oh, okay. Ooh, okay, I'm actually not upset. Not upset about this. If it was the Sunspinner, I think I actually would be more upset than losing the Plaza Guardian. Now, obviously, the Plaza Guardian, yes, losing him is a big deal, but it could have been worse, I think. It could have been a lot worse. Whew, okay, that was actually close. I thought I was gonna lose the Sun Spinner there. Yeah, blood for blood kind of sucks when I just lost that, but that's okay. Ooh. I can't play this. I can't play this? Payday? Payday is pretty good. This is also not bad. This is not bad either. But I kind of like the Payday better, right? I kind of like the Payday better. Yeah, let's just get this +2/+2. We can just drop the bomb here. That way the opponent attack. I mean, I'm gonna just bone skewer that anyways. It just sucks that we're gonna have to bone skewer. I guess we don't have to bone skewer right now. Yeah, we don't have to bone skewer right now. If I knew I was gonna get that landmark, I would have actually picked the other one, the Rite of Passage. Alright? So we don't have to bone skewer right now. We can just leave it for later. Because I kind of don't wanna... I don't wanna break my draw. I don't wanna break my draw. I think that's gonna be worse. I don't mind blocking here because I mean we have plenty of value. Opponent ended up not getting opponent has not been getting really high rolls from timelines. So it hasn't been like impossible. Okay, so I like the Samira here. And I start working on her level up. With Seraphine leveled up, it's gonna be really easy to level up Samira. Right? So it's gonna be really easy to level up Samira, and this also counts as a spell. The problem is that I don't have any draw. This is gonna enable the Seraphine Hino. Anchor is 2 more spells. This is 1, so I'm already at 8 out of 9 if I count the Anchor. Opponent could easily... The Bone Skewer is nice because it can actually save my Seraphine against like any random thing that the opponent might throw at us. Sure, I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna just take it here and still have the Bone Skewer available. See what the opponent does first. If the opponent decides to use that spell that they got from the fan club president. Again, they also didn't get another good roll, right? Like it's what I keep talking about. Like they're not getting any good things from timelines, and that's what happens sometimes, right? So they have a choice. They can kill Seraphine or they can kill Samira, which is what I'm guessing they have in their hand. But once this Seraphine and Samira level up, it's gonna be really difficult. Okay, so there you go. They actually go ahead and do it. Let's go ahead and just drop the Bone Skewer. I guess I actually like it on this card. So we get to save the Samira while also leveling up the Seraphine, and then we have the Encore to actually get her enabled. And the High Note is now actually triggered, so it allows me to kill the Megatusk if I need to. The opponent is very far from going deep, so I'm not concerned about this card going deep. But I did want to kind of set it up to be able to kill it. We could take the 9. We could take the 9, but we could just go like this. And not take the 9. Yeah, let's not take the 9. Let's not take the 9. That's kind of crazy. Taking 9 is kind of crazy. I think taking 9 is kind of crazy. The opponent knows I have the Samira in my hand. So if they're holding on to like an Aftershock or a Mystic Shot for her is the best way to do it. If we level up the Seraphine, Samira is going to level up really quickly. Do I go for it? Like, I actually think I want to copy the Encore. So I'm going to go for the Fracture here. Yeah, I'm going to actually go to the Fracture here and just level up the Seraphine first. And then I'm going to play the Samira and potentially try to level her up in the stack, even if the opponent has like a Mystic Shot. So kind of forcing to have a Get Excited or an Aftershock, right? So we play Samira next turn. We'll have access to the Encore. And a bunch of other stuff now. We have the advanced intel that we can copy. So the advanced intel and the encore, that literally gets me to very close there. Let's go advanced intel first. Plaza Guardian, that's beautiful. So now we can just go Plaza Guardian, and this is where the game's gonna get started. Samira is leveled up, by the way, so this is just game, by the way. We're gonna level up Samira and Rally in a single turn. Unfortunately, we only have one more Plaza Guardian, right? We don't have two, because one of them got discarded by the thing. But Samira's already leveled up. Just like that. Just like that, he's already leveled up. We can flare and attack with both these Plaza Guardians. I do have to be careful. Like, opponent could have access to a freeze, right? At 3 sisters to stop the Samira. Blood for blood counts as 2. And then the 2 guardians are going to be 4. So we're going to be a 4 out of 6. The flare gets me 5. And if the Samira survives, no, okay, we win. Opponent, we're gonna be able to get 2 more Plaza Guardians and also be able to rally this turn. Because the flare from Samira level up costs 0. So we can have 2 spells here, because she's going to copy the blood for blood. Then 2 Plaza Guardians. That takes me to 4. The flare takes me to the 5. And then the 0 cost flare takes me to the 6. So here we go. And this is what this deck does. And why everybody finds this deck to be freaking ridiculous. And it's literally the strongest deck in the Eternal right now. Like, opponent cannot do anything. They even gave me a unit that I can actually challenge to keep Samira alive. Like, if they don't have the Disciple, we don't actually get to challenge and keep Samira alive. Of course, if we didn't have the Disciple, we could just encore instead of doing the blood for blood and still get the rally, which is probably the best way to go about it, because the encore will count as 6 spells because we get 2 spells that cost 0. But this is just game because, again, we're 5 out of 6. I guess the opponent, even if the opponent has a Troll Shan, he doesn't kill Samira. Maybe Flukas doesn't see it yet. Yeah, this deck is busted. And Samira has gotten so many nerfs. This deck is so busted. But it's a reason why I'm showcasing it today. It's one of the best decks to climb with, because it just does this. It just does this, and the opponent, like, I didn't even think I got like a super good hand, right? Like, I lost a Plaza Guardian. You know, I had to bone skewer my Samira, which kind of break my draw. We did get the Sun Spinner, which is what was important. We go 1 here. We get the rally again, and we attack with everything. Let's have the Seraphine get in there too. And that's game. Yeah, I'm sorry, Flukas. I'm sorry. I mean, oh my goodness. Yeah, wow. Wow. That's all I can say. Wow. GG's. I think that actually, I was gonna say, I thought it was going to 600, but we're climbing, so GG's. In this match, we're gonna against Norra, Katarina, and Annie. I think opponent's gonna have a bad time against us, huh? I want to keep the high note. I think I need to keep the high note because I need to be able to deal with Norra or Annie. Or Katarina, right? This high note kills all their champions. So I think it is important for me to have it. The Seraphine could get killed. So it's one of the few times where I actually don't know that committing the Seraphine this early is worth it. Yeah, so I like killing this. Yeah, I like killing this. Just go ahead and do it. It sucks that we don't have anything else though. We have enough mana to just go ahead and play the Sun Spinner next turn. And I'm actually not opposed to that. I'm not opposed to that because this Legionary Charge... Huh. Oh, we can just formula, right? We can just formula here and be okay for now. If opponent had Katarina, I feel like they would have played it. So I'm gonna just put them on not having it. Okay. His Death Lotus is gonna blow out the Conchologist. Then we can play Samira. Force the opponent to kill Samira. Because I think Seraphine is going to be more important than Samira in this matchup, right? So we can just Death Lotus, protect the damage. We could just go ahead and play the jump solo first before we play the Samira. This is interesting. We could also just pass. Like, I think in this position, I think I'm better off passing than the opponent was. Okay, Portapalooza. Opponent gets nothing from that. Let's go Samira. Let's go Samira here. I might actually go double flare. If the opponent doesn't kill the Samira, I might go double flare to trigger the flow again. I think I like this. I think I'm gonna just deal one attack and deal it again just to have the flow enable. He also gets Samira to 2 out of 6, which the Sun Spinner is gonna potentially level her up. So I want the opponent to kill the Samira, right? Oh, they're gonna do it this way. So they're gonna do it. I'm already gonna get the flare. Alright, that's fine. At least we can get the Plaza Guardian down to 5 with a double flare, and that also gets us there. Because the Plaza Guardians will potentially just present lethal against them. We still trigger the flow, so we can still go for jump solo. I do think I need to play with Sun Spinner, but I kind of wanted to wait to see if the opponent had any units before I played it. Yeah, this is nice because I can go jump solo and still have enough for Mystic Shot. Right? Yeah, so I still have enough for Mystic Shot here. The double Legionary Charge is kind of awkward because we already have one Plaza Guardian. So no matter what, you know, even if we wait until Seraphine is leveled up, we're still gonna get it. This game is already over. I mean, I guess this tie book is a little bit annoying. Yeah, the tie book is a little bit annoying, I suppose, but I don't know. I don't know. I don't know that I'm actually scared of anything that the opponent has here. Yeah, I don't know that I'm scared of anything that the opponent has over here. Like, I could just go right now. Just show it to them and start putting pressure this way. Okay. Blood for blood. Improvement. Either one is really good here. I guess at this point, we can just go for the blood for blood. We know that the opponent's going to be able to... opponent's going to kill this guy, so might as well just have one that's going to be a little bit just weaker, right? So we can go like this, play Plaza Guardian. Seraphine is doubled up already. We know that the opponent's going to have... I guess I gave them the chance to having the flock here. Death Lotus, right? If the opponent has Death Lotus, that's a problem. If the opponent has Death Lotus, it's a problem. Because I'll lose both of these guys, right? So maybe we only attack with 3 of them and not all 4. Actually, what if we just attack with 2? Just go like this. Keep these guys back. Because if the opponent has a Death Lotus, they still kill one and damage the other 2. And then we can go Seraphine whenever we want to. Once we kill this Broadman. Like, if I can kill this Broadman, I don't have to worry about... Alright, so... Let's start with the Mystic. Let's start with the Mystic. so that I have the flock available to kill it whenever I need to, right? Yeah, so the flock was gonna kill this no matter what. Now we can go Seraphine and we have access to flock and improvement whenever we want to. If opponent attacks, I'm chilling. They do get the Norra back, which is a little bit annoying, but that's okay. So the idea here is by having the flock available. Oh, that's actually such a high roll, huh? Wait, this is such a high roll. So we can just go like this and just kill this Norra. By having the flock available, it allows me to kill the Brahmin on the stack, even if the opponent goes for the Death Lotus. So, I think we just go all in for it. I think we just go here. We go Plaza Guardian, we go second Plaza Guardian, and opponent just can't do anything about it. Again, that Brahmin, the Death Lotus doesn't scare me anymore, because I'm able to kill the Brahmin in response with flock before the Death Lotus is actually triggered. So, GG's. Hope you enjoyed those games. So Samira, Seraphine. Again, it kind of shows exactly what I'm talking about, just how powerful that deck is, just how much ridiculous stuff it can do in the game, as once you get both champions on the field or once you get your Plaza Guardian to 0 cost. Now, the next deck that I really recommend is Pirate Aggro. Now, this is literally the perfect deck if you're trying to climb really fast and don't have a lot of time, because the games with this deck are going to be a lot shorter than the Samira Seraphine decks. The games here are going to take you like 5 minutes if you're playing fast. And not only does he play really fast games, but he's really strong at what he does and counters a lot of the meta right now, except for Aphelios decks or some of those other like anti-aggro decks like that have a lot of healing or have a lot of units, right? But for the most part, it kind of beats everything else in the meta that you might run into and has a decent matchup against other Samira Seraphine decks if the Samira Seraphine deck doesn't get like a nutty like stat in hand. This deck is amazing. So yeah, I mean, you all know how to play Pirate Aggro, but let's just go ahead and just show you 2 games of that so you know what's up with this deck and how to actually pilot it. So enjoy the games coming up soon, and then we'll go to another deck after that. So enjoy. In this match, we're gonna guess Timelines, I'm guessing, right? Because it's just Norra by herself. I guess it could also be like some sort of like condensed shenanigans. I like the Butcher, I like the Mirai Warden. I'm thinking that I actually don't hate the Twisted Fate in this matchup. I actually don't think I hate the Twisted Fate. I always like to keep Iron Akaboros in Pirate Aggro. It lets me refill my hand, which is really important as an aggro deck when it seems like you're going to run out of resources, to just be able to refill your hand, plus have another unit that you can open attack with. That's like absolutely nuts. We ended up getting a pretty good hand here, right? With TF, Misfortune, Mirai Warden. The reason I like the Twisted Fate is to play around like oncologists and stuff like that. Like a lot of their 1 health units could be a problem, right? Here we just get to push 2 damage. We play Mirai on turn 2, Misfortune on turn 3. And opponent's gonna have to have a Get Excited to get rid of the Misfortune, which is not ideal for them. Sure, we have your John Construct. Oh, that's unfortunate. That's a little bit unfortunate. I guess we could go Shepherd's Authority. Like, we could go Shell Shocker into Shepherd's Authority on one of these guys and push even more damage. Or we can just go Misfortune. Because I kind of want to play Pirouette. So we could play Shell Shocker into Pirouette. That could also do it, and just stun the Young Construct so that we don't have to worry about the portal. I think that's actually correct. I think it's correct for me to go Pirouette so that this guy doesn't die, right? The problem is that this Pythos can just kill the Shell Shocker, right? So the Pythos being able to kill the Shell Shocker is a little bit annoying. The Pastry. Yeah, that is kind of frustrating. I guess we'll give it to him. Let's just give him the trade. Opponent has to block this one, right? So this is gonna push through. They block here, play the Pastry, and then we can play Misfortune and play the Pastry and the Misfortune. I'm giving them access to the portal, which means that they're gonna get a good blocker soon, which I don't like. They could have a Mystic here. Okay. So yeah, the Pythos kind of just overrid that plan. They could still have had the Mystic plus Pythos to kill Misfortune. So I don't know that it's any better. Opponent gets a lot of portals, but that does allow me to go for the Misfortune now, which is kind of nice. We could also just go Twisted Fate first. No, you know what? Because we can go Rek'Gar on Twisted Fate, right? So Twisted Fate is better afterwards, because this Rek'Gar is gonna blow them out, right? So we're gonna go like this. The Rek'Gar also sets up the pirouette, and also sets it up so that my units can attack into this. Wow, I don't even know what I want to do now. Like, opponent's just giving me so much options. Yeah, I'm gonna just still go for the Rek'Gar.
Pretty good. Quit smoking.
And just understand that this is gonna set up the Misfortune to be able to kill the Claw of the Dragons. I want to set up the pirouette because if the opponent has another of the 2-drop, I can stun it. Get excited. Pokey Stick? Okay, so even if they get another portal here, which they don't even get the portal, so I guess we'll just go here. Let's go here, right? This spreads out the damage the most. Because the opponent is forced to block here. Because if I put in one of these other ones, the opponent just blocks there. So spreading out the damage makes the most sense. We have Iron Akaboros now. We have another Twisted Fate. Opponent finally gets the portals. And it doesn't probably even matter. Sure. I guess I do have to be a little bit careful about how much damage I take, because opponent is kind of like a burn deck. They don't have any more portals, so anything they summon has to come out like this. This is such a weird game. Like, I wanted to do Pirouette last turn, right? But I didn't think it was worth it as long as the opponent had... Like, as long as the opponent didn't have any other units. I'm gonna just play the Anakaboros right now. Just refill my hand. This Twisted Fate is actually about to level up. And because of the Shepherd's Authority, he's gonna stay alive for a while. We can go Sav's Prayfin. Opponent gets another construct. One that got buffed by the Xenotype researchers. I wonder if it's just correct to go for the Twisted Fate at this point. Like, isn't this pretty darn good just to go for Twisted Fate? We have the quick attack here. We can just attack with all our units that cannot block. We'll have access to Fervor. We'll have access to Sap into the Twisted Fate pick a card. So it's gonna be 5, 6, 7. We can technically do both pick a cards. Like, opponent's kind of forced to block just because Twisted Fate is pushing so much damage. I like the open attack to play around like a Mystic Shot here. Is the construct really worth it? I have a blocker for it. I think this is actually a rare, like a rare pirate aggro game where I'm actually just gonna win through Twisted Fate. Like, I don't think I have. It's been a long time since I leveled up Twisted Fate in a pirate aggro game. They need to have, like, they already committed a Mystic, they already committed a Pythos, a Pokey Stick, right? So they will need to have a lot of cards to be able to kill this Twisted Fate. One is down to 9 HP. They get Norra, which just gets beat by the Sap. Six, 7, 8. I need one more. Okay, so we just commit for it, right? I think we absolutely commit for it, right? Let's just commit for it. I'll keep the Fervor as an option in case I need to block something. I'm just gonna commit for it right here. Opponent's gonna be... Okay, the Decimate's not great. Double Fervor is okay.
Now this game's heating up.
Butcher, not bad. Sure. I mean, we can just pirouette, right? We can pirouette. I guess we can fervor first, right? So I kind of like this fervor here. We can pirouette for the stun. We can also just fervor face. We can fervor face and just have the pirouette open for us. It's kind of weird. Actually, why don't we just fervor like this? Then play the Grenadier. I just want to have this Butcher enable, right? So I'm going to go like this, right? We're going to play the Grenadier. Have a blocker. Have Pirouette or Make It Rain now enabled to stun whatever opponent unit plays. Yeah, so we just Pirouette right now, stun the elusive, force the Norra to be the one to attack into us, and we should be okay. So we go... I guess we can just go one here, to be honest, and just stun it. I mean, I don't really care about my units dying. So we stun this one and just deal one to the Nexus. Then we deal another one with Twist Fate. That doesn't really work, right? Because you still need one more mana unless you have another Pythos. We have a blocker for the Norra. We have a blocker for the Assembly Bot or this guy. And then we just go Jagged Butcher here. This is 1 damage. Like, this is just game, no matter how you spin it. Not being able to do the Decimate sucks, but that's fine. We just open attack. Opponent only has 4 blockers. And this should be it. We have Misfortune, Make It Rain, and Fervor. That should get us the red card. So the red card makes it so that I don't have to worry about any of these units, like, trading with the opponent. This is 1 damage. Red card is 2. Like, the Misfortune is 1 damage, and this is also guaranteed 1 damage, so we can just go like this. And that triggers the red card and the blue card, and then we have the Demolitionist after. The red card makes it so that all the units except for this one and this one have 2 HP. So the Misfortune Love Tap gets into 1, and you know the Make It Rain gets in, the red card gets into 1, and the Love Tap gets into 0. So I'm not trading with a lot of my units. So Twisted Fate leveled up on a Pirate Aggro game. I didn't expect that, but there is a power there of being able to level Twisted Fate every now and then. So GG's. In this match, we're going against Lux Jayce. So Pirate Aggro should struggle a little bit against this, I would think. Like, the opponent does have quite a bit of removal. I like this hand. I always like keeping the draw, by the way. I think Ionia Kaboros is the best card in this deck. So I always think that keeping the draw is correct. Just because it lets you kind of refill your hand, right? Even when you're running out of steam. So we can go Shell Shocker. I don't like the Demolitionist and the Fervor this early, but it is what it is. We get to push 2 damage. That's nice. We can go Mirai Warden and then just open attack. If I had another Shell Shocker, that would be so nice with the Ionia Kaboros, right? To have a bigger open attack. I do like the Mirai Warden better than just trying to rely on the Ionia Kaboros, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that.
I've never met anyone like you.
I need to play around Shock Blast, right? So I need to play around the Shock Blast. So I think I just open attack, right? This is 6 damage. Or that. I guess we can also play around Assembly Line. This is perfect because I can now go ahead and do the Demolitionist and not have to worry about this getting removed by like a Mystic Shot, right? So this ends up working out really good for us. Additionally, if the opponent attacks into us, I will block because I can follow up with a red card right after. So I'm just gonna pass because I can just open attack with Ionia Kaboros. Yep, so opponent's gonna just let me get this red card, I guess. And I will take it. Because these guys are gonna get blocked anyway, so there's no reason not to block with them. And then we just wreck her and clear the whole board. And then we have Iron Akaboros to open attack with as well. This is why TF is really critical in Pirate Aggro. Like situations like this is why TF is so good. It just lets you clear the opponent's board or disrupt their game plan with the stun or the red card. Additionally, the blue card can also be really clutch because, again, draw can be really important with this deck. So I do like the open attack. I don't wanna die to a shock blast or another assembly. So I think we just open attack. This is 5/7/9, so this is actually lethal. Opponent's obviously gonna have like a mystic shot, that's fine, but opponent's still going down to 3 HP. And look at what we have right here. Plus double sap, which means that we can easily get another one, right? Yep, opponent knows what's coming. Decimate could kill them, Pergo could kill them. And this is a perfect example of why Pirate Aggro will always be one of the best decks to play with. So GG's. The next deck in my list is actually going to be Teemo Tristana. So you just saw Pirate Aggro. So I had to give you something that can counter aggro. Like if you're going against a lot of anti-Jins, a lot of like Pirate Aggro, or a lot of aggressive decks like that, this deck is beautiful and perfect to counter them. You have so much removal between Pythos and Quietos, Haste Spike, Pokestick, Soul Harvest. Like all these removals are so good against aggro because you can do a lot of those on turn 1, right? You can do Quietos on the Crimson Pigeon on turn 1, you can Pythos the Saboteur on turn 1, etc. And then you have a lot of blockers with the minions and Grandfather Face and the Mayors. You get so much value that the aggro player is not actually able to push a lot of damage on you because you're always just blocking them or removing their unit. And then after that, your Tristana gets big enough and you end up having such a wide board that you can just run them down and they really cannot do anything against you. So if you're encountering a lot of aggressive decks, this is one that I recommend playing as well. So yeah, hope you get the 2 games coming up soon. And yeah, then we'll jump to the last one, which is going to be Ornn Trundle Timelines. So enjoy. In this match, we're going against Teemo Sejuani. Not sure what to expect here. Pythos is really good though, right? You should deal with their Teemo very easily. Oh, Quietus also does it? We have a million ways to deal with their Teemo now, right? So I wouldn't play it if I was your opponent. Yeah, I would. You can't really play Teemo here. I will play my Teemo though. You know what? Yeah, I like my Teemo here. If the opponent wants to Pokestick this, I'm okay with that. Poison Dart, alright. Like the minion probably would have been better because we get the minion back, so it kind of lets us push 2 damage while also getting a unit back into our hand. I don't think it's important though. I think we can go. Let's go Mayor. Let's go Mayor. I'll take that damage. I like the Power Sled more than I like the Combat Cook, but the Combat Cook also looks really nice because of the equipment that can potentially work with Tristana. Right? So I'll take this so that I can play Tristana next turn with the minion. And force the opponent to have an answer for this Tristana.
Looking splendid, sir.
We can Combat Cook on the following turn with Tristana on the field. We have the minion here, that's cool. We can go like this. I have to be a little bit careful of the opponent having like a way to actually freeze Tristana. With 5 mana, Fury the North is a problem. So I think I just attack with the minion and just push the damage. Gives us a blocker against the Stone Stacker. Opponent has 2 out of 5 and they're gonna get to the 3 here. If they can level up Sejuani, that is a problem too. I guess Battle Fury, huh? And just losing to Battle Fury here? No? Okay, it's just a Troll Shan. That does keep both units alive. We can loot Travelers first. Try to get a Sejuani out of their hand.
We made it. Yay. But our stuff didn't.
There you go. So that's Sejuani number 1. We can go Combat Cook next. But we gave them access to the Tinidactyl. So the opponent's gonna easily get their Sejuani leveled up now. Because I mean, we didn't have the haste spike. So it was kind of difficult to play as if we had haste spike. The Troll Shen is still a problem. We can go Shepherd here. Make Tristana like a really big deal. Unfortunately, both things don't really help us out. I guess we can just make her bigger and settle for the Atrocity. If the opponent doesn't get access to... Like, if the opponent doesn't get access to the... We can Quietus, we can Pastry. So we can Pastry here. We can Quietus another one. I like starting with this Pastry here first. Just tap the Teemo. The opponent does have Overwhelms, which are kind of scary. They're gonna actually Troll Shen now before I actually commit my attack with Tristana. So, if we go minion, right? Tristana levels up. The opponent has to block Tristana, which I'm guessing is gonna happen with a Tough Speaker. So we go like this. If we go here and opponent blocks with either one of these, we can haste spike them away. So I have, because I can Quietus afterwards. I guess we can attack here.
A bad plan is better than no plan.
If the opponent doesn't block them with this, guys, I'm gonna have... Yeah, so perfect. So opponent blocks with the Ursine, which then allows me to just kill the Ursine with the haste spike. We can Quietus this guy. Prevents the most damage. And the team was gonna hit us regardless. That's fine, but the team is only pushing one and the Shrooms. We can haste spike whatever the opponent attacks with the Teamidactyl. And it should be okay. Or we can always just Atrocity, if worse comes to worse. But I like forcing the opponent to have another answer, right? So I kind of like forcing the opponent to have another answer. If we go like this, we go down to 6. If we go like this, we go down to 6 as well. Let's go down to 6. Interesting, nothing. Apparently the opponent is not gonna do anything here. Huh. So we're just gonna go comeback pip then? Kinda like the comeback reel. I like that extra mana. Opponent's gonna go ahead and get another unit. If he Sejuani, that's a little bit of a problem. I think I open and force him to have... Because if this is Sejuani, I get punished. While they don't have Sejuani, I think I need to open. Right? So as long as I don't have Sejuani, I think I can open. We have Pokestick and Atrocity as backups. This is dealing 3, 4, 5. Opponent has to block. And the Atrocity, even as long as even one damage goes through, Atrocity in this guy presents lethal. I'm a little bit scared of the freezes, right? That's not enough to level up Teemo because I have 1 Bando Gunners. Yeah, so that's the freeze, right? The problem with this freeze is that we still have lethal with just Atrocity, right? Into Bando Gunners, into this Combat Cook. Opponent will need to have another freeze on their hand. I'm gonna just press OK. So that I can just play the Bando Gunners into freeze after. I'm still losing to the same thing though, right? I'm still losing to exactly... Flash Freeze? They don't have it. And we get the Atrocity. So it's always scary against failure because they could have freezes, as you saw there with the 3 Sisters. But it's more likely for them to play 3 Sisters than it is for them to play Flash Freeze. But, you know, so GG's. In this match, we're gonna against Ryze. I don't like this Ryze. I don't like the Ryze, but I do like the Tristana a lot. Let's find like cheap things, right? Let's find cheap things to make Tristana just be super aggressive. Like, I think we want to be super aggressive in this matchup. This Quactus lets me kill the Eye of the Dragon, which is amazing. So we want to be really aggressive here with the Tristana on the field. With the Shun in our hand, sorry. We don't have the 2-drop. Okay, we have a minion. Is that worth it right now?
We each hold a world.
Nah, we just kill this girl, right? We just kill the Eye of the Dragon first. Force a twin out of them. I think this Quactus is worth it. 100%. That's not a twin. That's just a delve into the past. So you still lose the Eye of the Dragon. We'll go for the Mayor. We can always play the minion later. Yeah, so the Mayor lets me play Teemo here, which is very nice. So if we go Telescope, it's not bad. Scullery Climber is pretty good as well. The Hugmaster. So let's think about this. We can play Tristana and the minion next turn. And then on turn 5, it allows me to play the Hugmaster plus Aloof Travelers. This is pretty good. We go here. And we just attack with the Teemo. Force the opponent to have an answer here if they want it. I don't think it's correct to attack with the Mayor though, because the opponent could have an answer for the Mayor. Like, they could have a burst speed blocker. So I think it's just going to be Teemo to play around the burst speed blocker here. Right? Because opponent has only done one spell, so we don't know if they have the burst speed blockers in their hand, and they have it. So if I attack with the Mayor, I will have lost to the Claw of the Dragons, which would have been very bad for us. Here we can drop Tristana, and now we can actually drop the Grandfather Fae. So we can drop the Tristana, and we can drop the Grandfather Fae, and just go super wide next turn, while leveling up Tristana at the same time. Yes, I think I like going just wide, right? I think we're gonna go Minion, we're gonna go Hookmaster, we're gonna go Hungry Owlcat. I don't think we want to go for Aloof. I don't think the Aloof is necessary. I like the Fearsome here.
Sometimes you're the bait.
Then we can go Owlcat and Minion. Even if the opponent finds the Shard Betrayal, we're still in a good spot. Actually, they can't even play it anymore. They tapped out of the shards. Wow, this is interesting. Do I want to override this? Do I want to override this just to level up Tristana? I think so. I think I like this Tristana level up. And just attacking like this. Force the opponent to have to stun this. Or Jerry Rig, okay. He loses to Twin, right? He does lose to Twin.
Keep your distance.
This is great for me because it just gives me the minion back. So that's another trigger to Tristana Impact. So that's another trigger to the Tristana Impact. Let's go ahead and play the Amulet here, so that we can play around the Shard Betrayal. The Shard Betrayal is going to hit the Mayor now. We're about to get the Band of Gunners enabled. We get another Grandfather Fae. That's pretty sweet. I don't even know if I want to give the opponent draw. Like, how do they beat this? Like, if we just go here, and we go another Hungry Owlcat, we're gonna have the Band of Gunners close enough to getting there. Everything's gonna have impact. Do I even want to I don't even want to give them the draw. This is so weird. Like, I really don't want to give them the draw. Like, if they get the stun here, that's a problem. So I think we just open attack and force him to have the recalls. And then we just replay Tristana, right?
Listen.
So are we forcing to have the homecoming here? Or the stun? I just didn't want him to get the free stun from Teemo levels up, by the way. I didn't want him to get the free stun from the landmark, right? If they had the landmark. So now I'm just gonna play a Loot Traveler because I want to join to my Atrocity. Yeah, they had the delve into the past, so I don't want to give them the free stun from the landmark if I didn't need to. Char Betrayal, that's fine. You kill the Grandfather Fae. Let's go aloof first.
Like the great outdoors. Or the great.
That's an Unworthy Soul, that's pretty good. An Unworthy Soul is pretty good to have taken out. I'm gonna go second aloof and hope that we hit that Ryze. Or that we draw their draw spell since the opponent decided to go for this here. And then next time we just play the Bando Gunners and we're chilling. Let's just go second aloof. Opponent starts drawing the Shrooms. Opponent loses the Octopus. That's your strongest card? That's your highest cost card. So the opponent just loses then to anything that we do. Wow. Seriously? So we can kill Ryze with the Vengeance? At 3! 3 of them in a row! I'm sorry, opponent. Those trinket trades were not fun for you. We can just pie toss. We have the Gunners. Doesn't matter. And the opponent knows that they lose. So, GG's. And finally, we're gonna finish up with some good old timelines. You thought that the hotfits killed this deck? Oh, no, no, no. Timeline continues to still win tournaments, continues to still do really well on ladder. Especially this version of the deck that can still win games even without timelines, because you still have your Ornn, your Trundle, and you have all these other units which are just pushing a lot of pressure into the opponent because the equipments are just so good even without timelines. Add timelines into that, and then you get back to the same nonsense as before. Even though it costs 2 mana now instead of 1, like it shows right here in Runeterra AR, it's just nuts. Like, it's better than like the Norra City Timelines deck. That deck really relied on timelines a lot. This one, while it is good to have it, it can win games even without it. Obviously, you still want to mulligan for it, but you don't feel as bad when you don't get it sometimes. So yeah, hope you enjoy the games coming up soon. And if you do, this is going to be the last game of today. But if you do, make sure to like the video below and subscribe to us. We post a lot of videos every single day. And tomorrow we'll do the same thing as we're doing today, but with the standard version of the best decks to climb with. So I'll see you all tomorrow because I'm probably not going to do an outro for this video. So enjoy the game. In this match, we're going against Lux Jayce, which is a deck that has actually started gaining popularity recently in the Runeterra Opens and stuff like that. This hand looks okay for me. I kind of like I have to probably just go for the timelines, right? Like the hand looks okay, but I want to get these timelines, right? Having timelines is just gonna enable so much against this deck compared to not having timelines. So I think we just go for the timelines. We got a second one, which is not great, but we can just discard it later. I guess that's a question. Do I ever keep one of the blacksmiths so that I can just heal up? Maybe, right? But am I concerned about the damage? The burn could be a problem again in this matchup, right? So the burn could actually be a problem in this matchup. That's why I'm kind of debating this. If it was correct to keep one blacksmith just to heal with. Like if the opponent attacks here, I might actually have to go ahead and play the Mystic Shot. Yeah, I think it's correct to do this. I don't think I want to take the 4 damage. I don't think I want to take the 4 damage. It does slow me down a little bit. What we can do is play the first blacksmith. Next time play Trundle, and then on turn 6 be able to play 2 of them. One of them will stay as it is to be able to heal. This is still scary because if the opponent has a Shock Blast, it still could be an issue. Right? Like the quick attack is nice. I guess I'm gonna go like this. I'm gonna go with the unit that gives me the most health, just so that we play around the Shock Blast. Okay, like if your opponent has to commit a thermal to just kill this, I think that's fine, right? Now this is gonna be 6 damage next turn, which is a little bit annoying. These girls will still heal me 1 every time I summon them. Oh, okay, that's a mistake, right? Because you just let me play Trundle, and now have a free blocker, so you're not pushing any damage. So that's a mistake, because now even if you attack with the Lux, I just blocked with the Trundle. If you pull here, you're just losing the Persuader for free. Yeah, I mean, the Lux attack doesn't matter. Because I have regen, so I can just block it, stop that 3 damage, and be okay. Now, the opponent does have access to another thermal or anything like that if they want to. I think I'm gonna go for second blacksmith first. I like this tough. And I like this Wounded Wifeling. Because the Wounded Wifeling can actually get pretty big with the fits them uppers on it. So we can just go here and just trade this into the Wounded Wifeling, and now it's a 5-4 with quick attack. And we'll have access to the Artisan next turn to get it even bigger. If we go here, this becomes a regen with tough as well. Even if the opponent has a Mystic Shot, it doesn't kill this.
You look guilty.
Why trade here? This is how you challenge this, oh, because you have the barrier. Alright. I was like, why would you trade like that? And it's because they have the barrier. So we lose the Wounded Wifeling, but that's fine. I think I'm okay with that. I'm gonna just pass. I don't think I need to summon anything else. Like, taking out that barrier is fine. Next time we'll have the Ice Pillar, so I'm still just chilling here. I think I'm gonna go. So the opponent gets the laser, as well as 2 more spells. So the opponent's gonna push 7. I'm thinking, I was thinking about going for the Clock Lane, but I mean, I don't really need to. Because if I go Clock Lane and then Blacksmith, I'll be able to start healing. Once I start equipping my Trundle and stuff like that. Or forging every single turn. So let's see how this goes. It's gonna depend on whatever. It's gonna depend on whatever the opponent picks from this Sunspin, right? Like, we can just pass. Now, is it okay if the opponent kills Trundle?
For justice.
You can't outrun justice.
I'm debating if it's actually worth it to let the opponent kill Trundle here with the laser. Because otherwise, what? We're gonna just flash freeze? I like the flash freeze. Even if it doesn't let us play the blacksmith this turn. That way we keep the Trundle and don't have to worry about the laser killing the Trundle. If the opponent doesn't play the laser, I think that's fine. Because they also have a bunch of spells that cost 0 right now. Once they play the laser, it gives me the go-ahead to play the Clock Lane. We could still go for the Blacksmith. Is that better? Because we could technically go Artisan. Right? So we could technically go Artisan into Blacksmith. Have the time and dedication to get another healing next turn. Unless the opponent has a way to kill this Blacksmith right now. I like the Shepherd's Authority just to keep her as big as possible. I like the healing. Because I do have to actually be careful about not dying to the burn. Especially once the opponent draws the Jayce and has access to the Shock Blast. So I like the healing here. We can go Ice Pillar, right? Then we can go Time and Dedication, and that will still trigger another heal. And anytime, we can always go Fix Them Upper, trigger another heal, etc., right? And that was the last card, a Careful Prep. So it was Proximity Puff Cap, the Done and Dust, and the Careful Prep. Those were all 3 cards. Opponent has the Lux, so they will be able to get another laser if they wanted to kill this blacksmith. I guess they could have it at burst speed if they go formula into laser. Single combat, so they're just gonna straight up sacrifice their Lux. All right, they're that scared of the Trundle. We have another Trundle in our hand. I'm gonna start with the pillar first, just because we are getting the timelines from the pillar, and this just prevents the burn, right? So now I don't even have to worry about the burn. Now I'm completely fine because the Eldritch stops me from dying to burn, plus the healing. We can even play Trundle right now. We don't have to wait until later.
Shut up when I can.
I guess let's go for... So I kind of like giving this Trundle the tough, right? Yeah, let's just play the Trundle right now. Let's play the Trundle right now. It has tough, so the opponent needs to have another thermal. It's just gonna be the formula. So then we can just give it a quick attack. So we can go like this. No need to do the talent dedication just yet. I think I'm just gonna chill. Let's attack with everything. I'm not scared of this girl dying either. Let's attack with everything. Like, this game should already be over. I don't see how the opponent beats this. When we have a second ice pillar coming down.
Let's make tomorrow today.
Like, we're gonna have a second ice pillar coming down. We have leveled up our Ornn if we ever get him. I guess that's one way to do it, because you get to push 6 damage here. But that's fine. We'll just go like this. Trundle is leveled up, so even if the opponent pushes the 5 damage here, I'm okay. Opponent can kill this Brewfather if they attack here, right? Like, I have to block, but they could technically kill this, but they're gonna have to spend the spells to be able to do that. Yep, there's the form up, and that's fine. We can always heal up anytime that we want. We just go Combat Cut, go Amulet. We can go Clockland. We have the Talent Dedication to give me more healing. There's the Ornn. I like playing the Ornn. It gives me another healing, right? We can give it a quick attack, or we can give it a fearsome. It doesn't matter which one we go for. Opponent shouldn't have a way to kill us here, not with us being at 9 HP plus tough. And now we have multiple overwhelm units. We go back to 10 HP and that's game. Yeah, the timelines was just so important at getting us there. And once we got the Trundle Timelines, this deck does exactly what it needs to do, right? Because the pillar into timelines is completely busted. So, yeah. This is why this deck is still very, very good. Even with Timelines Costing 2, once you have it, it's literally almost game over against everything. So, GG's.